my world, I am surrounded by double Ds, okay? And it can make you feel some type of way to be competing with double Ds all the time. So I got under the knife and did enhance my breast. This has been the worst year of my life.
Hey guys, welcome to another wonderful episode of Rassy. It's your girl Alex.
And I'm Ann.
And we're here with the wonderful Siri.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm happy to be here.
Hey girl, hey.
So yes, on this episode of Rassy, we're going to touch on more of a serious topic, a topic that most people do not wish to talk about, especially with social media heightening plastic surgery. And that topic is breast implant illness.
So yeah, girl. So we have a few questions, a little bit of tea, and then a little bit of like just your experience and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right. So you ready?
Sounds good. I'm ready.
So my first question for you is, what age did you decide that you kind of wanted to go under the knife and get plastic surgery?
Honestly, I never wanted plastic surgery.
Okay.
I was never insecure with my body. In what I do in my field as a competitor, I was told and convinced that I had to have breast implants to compete on a pro level. And, you know, I brushed it off. No, I don't. But my first national show, I got there and I was literally the only natural body. Wow. And I was like, okay,
This is what I need.
I might have to go under the knife. So I never wanted them. I never really wanted them. It was kind of a do what I have to do to win type of thing.
So since you never felt a moment of insecurity before actually competing, just in entertainment in general, do you see a lot of women facing that, such as like rappers, artists, models? They feel that pressure too to undergo plastic surgery.
Absolutely. I absolutely do. And I think it's just a thing in the industry, and they're creating this body image that isn't real.
Right.
You know, it doesn't look the same on everybody. So I think that's what people are reaching for to get success, or that $1 million body, or, you know, I absolutely do.
So you said that when you went to competitions, you saw like other people, you were the only one with a natural body. So before that, did you have like a body crush, or like someone's body that you was like, oh, I want my body to look like that? Or are you always like, oh no, my body's it?
J-Lo has always been.
J-Lo.
Yes,
But
J-Lo.
Doesn't J-Lo have a natural body?
She absolutely does.
Yeah.
J-Lo has the baddest body I've ever seen.
Ever. As she ages, it just kind of gets better.
It gets better. It's like fine wine.
J-Lo's definitely prototype. Shout out to J-Lo. Jenny from the block. So when discussing your decision to get plastic surgery, did you ever confide in your close family or friends? Did somebody else, try to say, no, don't do it? Or were they all for it? Who did you talk to before committing to it?
Honestly, I didn't tell anybody. Wow. I didn't, because I knew they were going to talk me out of it, and I knew they were going to say, what are you doing? Right. So it was after a show in Jersey. As soon as I got back, the next morning I went under, and I called everybody when I got back home, and I sent them like a selfie. And they're like, what? You did what?
That's something I would do though.
Yeah.
You wouldn't tell me, really?
Well, I didn't tell you when I cut my hair off. Cause
she didn't.
You talked. Yeah.
She didn't. I definitely would have told her not to get a fade. Like,
I faded my hair, guys.
Wow. So you didn't ask anyone. So are you more so like the person who's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. My mind is made up. Okay. Sounds about right.
So after you got it done, after you went under the knife, what was the first piece of clothing, or like your first outfit that you were like, let me show these bitches off? Like, what did you want to wear so bad?
Honestly, maybe 6 days after surgery, I called my surgeon. I said, take these out.
What?
Wow.
What?
I did not like them. I was like, what have I done? This was stupid.
So it was like an immediate thing.
Why? It was immediate.
Why is it so immediate?
Well, first of all, they look like cereal boxes when
because they're so fresh.
Yeah, when they're fresh.
So
but my surgeon didn't prepare me for any of this.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't mentally prepared for anything that I experienced. So like day 6, I called her and I was crying, and I'm just like, get these out. This is not me.
Right.
And I wasn't excited to wear anything, really. I wanted them out immediately. She's like, give me a year. Just give me a year. They're going to drop. They're going to look beautiful. Yeah. And I'm just like, whatever. I guess I have to wait a year. That's kind of what it was. But the first thing I did put on of course, it was a bikini. And I wasn't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Right.
it's not too bad in a bikini, but I wasn't excited to put anything on and look different.
Because that wasn't really, it was just all about
Yeah.
the competition and your profession. So once you were getting used to your new boobs, your new addition, did you receive any type of different attention from men, or was it the same because you've always been confident?
I never got used to them. I never accepted them, and I never got used to them. And that's something that I don't think plastic surgeons even talk about with their clients, body dysmorphia. So I did experience a lot of that. So it made me very insecure, actually. So I wasn't paying attention to, I was kind of trying to hide, if that makes sense.
Wow. So when you mentioned body dysmorphia, are you suggesting that like you were already different, but you just viewed them way different than other people might have seen them when they saw you?
Yes, to me, I looked crazy. My body just didn't look right at all. But everybody else thought they look beautiful, they're fine. And I'm just like, no, I look terrible. I look terrible. And this was a genuine thought. And I didn't look terrible. I actually looked okay. But it's something that happens. You know, when you change your body, there is a chance that you don't accept your new body.
Okay, so it didn't really change your confidence with men, but did it change your confidence with competitions? Because you did purposely get them, you know, so that you can compete or feel like, you know, you were in equal comparison with the other competitors. So did that increase your confidence when you got them?
It didn't increase my confidence, but unfortunately, to the judges, I looked better.
How did that make you feel, though?
It was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
It's kind of
like,
shitty.
because I got my boobs done now.
Yeah.
I think I look better.
Like now I look good, and yeah, I actually, my last show was, I think, the worst I've ever looked on stage, and the judges told me it was the best I've ever looked.
Wow.
That's how it is.
America.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
So what size did you go to first off?
I aimed to be a C, but my frame is so small that I implanted 325 cc, and it ended up being a double D on me.
Double D.
Double
Not
D.
just a D.
So I was huge. It looked like I was going to tip over, actually.
Wow. But you went in with a C, but just because your frame, it looks like a double D.
I went in with an A, so I didn't really have much to add on. So we were thinking, okay, you know, nice C, full C. No, I was almost a triple D.
Was the doctor's decision to keep going, or it just looked like a triple D?
It just looked that way.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So when you actually discussed or started to experience your side effects with the illness, did people believe you, or did they think you were just over-exaggerating, you were being dramatic?
All of the above. Everyone thought I was batshit crazy. Everyone. And I would say that the symptoms...
Who's everyone, like your doctors or your friends?
My doctors, my friends, my coach, everyone was just so over my shit. I was just complaining all the time. I was so sick, but I was ill, and I couldn't, you know, you can't ignore your body. I knew something was wrong.
And I think, like, as women of color, we're often told we're dramatic, or we're just hyping things up, or we're doing things over, or we're overly doing things. So I think sometimes our complaints, especially when it comes to medical symptoms, are overlooked. You know, we're just complaining. It's a complaint. So I can imagine that.
I had a few of my guy friends tell me I just had pretty girl problems.
Right.
And I'm like, all right.
Right. They're like, you got new boobs and you're complaining. Like, and just like that difference between the female perspective and the male perspective.
Yeah. For me to not to perform in the gym, that's not dramatic. That's my life.
Yeah, that's
so if I'm not performing in the gym, something's highly wrong.
For our audience, can you precisely describe the exact symptoms of your illness?
It started with, excuse me, it started with brain fog. It came almost as soon as I woke up. And I just thought, my surgeon told me that I was going to experience, you know, it's going to be different. So I'm thinking it would go away, but it never went away. It actually got worse. And when I say brain fog, for anybody who hasn't experienced it, it felt like, imagine someone blowing up a balloon, right? It felt like somebody was blowing air in my head. I felt this all day. And when I was in the gym, I was afraid to push past this because I was afraid my head was going to explode. It sounds crazy, and this is why people thought I was crazy, but this is the best way I can describe it. It felt like someone was blowing air in my head. And then after that, it was the fatigue. Then I couldn't really move too well, like at all. Not even the gym, just in everyday life. I couldn't get off my couch. It got to the point where I couldn't get off my couch, but it slowly, I was like breaking. My body felt broken. And of course, this would lead to depression.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Because now I don't know what's wrong with me, and I can't perform like a normal human. It was lots of dehydration. It was hard to lose weight because I'm so fatigued. And it was all, but these are all symptoms that come with age, or, and I'm getting older, so it could have been anything. And my doctors and my surgeon thought it was just life. I'm 28, so maybe it's just life stressing me out, or my boyfriend, whatever. But when I removed all those stresses, I'm still sick.
Right.
And pulling the trigger was really hard to make this decision, because it's like, what if I pull this trigger and I still feel this way and nothing changed?
So when you were undergoing all of those symptoms and everyone wasn't really responsive, I guess, do you feel it's your duty to let people know? Because did your doctor let you know that these were going to be some of the symptoms? So you feel like you're an advocate for, you need to be aware that this may happen to you?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I was actually a little pissed with my surgeon for not telling me any of this can happen. And surgeons know, because it's when they order in bulk the implants, the manufacturers have to put it on, it's on their brochures. These symptoms are on the manufacturers. Technically, I'm bad for business, but I don't care, because I really do think women need to know that this is something that can happen. And you can't, it's not just, put an implant in and now you're sexy. You are risking your health. This took an entire year away from me. 27 didn't even count for me.
And how did you realize that it was the boobs that were causing the issues? What made your final decision, like, I need to take these out?
I just had to trust my gut on this one, because I did everything I could. I went to therapy. And when I was in therapy, I'm sitting there with my therapist. I'm like, what am I doing here? I know what's wrong with me. And she's trying to diagnose. There's nothing wrong. This literally happened once I got my boobs done. I was completely fine. So I don't think that's a coincidence, So I just had to trust my gut and hope that I was making the right decision. And of course, as soon as I woke up, my brain was cleared like instantly. I felt like there was life inside of me again.
That fast?
That fast.
Your body like completely rejected them. So
I don't know if that's what it means for the body to reject. I do know it was for sure a hormone imbalance. For sure.
Well, that's a serious thing. Yeah.
And when your hormones are imbalanced, that's the whole chemistry of your body. It throws everything off. You don't work the same anymore.
Your brain doesn't work.
Yeah, and most of my symptoms were cognitive, so that's where it was unbearable. There are some women going through this, which is actually really cool. I have a lot of women reaching out to me on this topic, and they're going through the same thing, and it's cognitive. And when it's cognitive, that it can seem like you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's hard to diagnose, because
like, are you mentally ill or are you really ill?
I guess through your year journey, what's one thing that you learned about yourself and self-reflection?
I learned a couple of things through this journey. I learned the importance of confidence. I didn't realize how important it was to walk with confidence until my confidence was taken away from me.
With your boobs.
With my boobs. And to walk around insecure and worrying about what everyone else thinks and be it's draining. It's draining and it's not comfortable. But I also learned about myself as a woman, you know, what I stand for, what I represent, and that is to stay true to yourself. If you go against who you are at your core, you're going to suffer internally. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
So one of your quotes from your original YouTube video that you created was, "There's nothing more beautiful than a natural body." And so if you never experienced the illness, would you still agree with this statement? So say, for instance, you got the surgery, but everything went smoothly. There was no side effects. Would you still have your boobs today?
No. I wanted them out at day 6. No, I honestly, I personally love a natural body. Everything just flows well. It's how you were made, and it's what makes you you.
True.
Yeah. Like, if you think about it, if I'm going to use her because she has this nice little tiny frame. She wants this huge, big butt, right?
I don't want a huge, big butt. I just want a nice, little plump curve,
Okay, so her with her little plump, right? Mm-hmm. And she thinks it's going to look great. But what if it looks absolutely ridiculous?
After I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would I get it out? I mean, yeah, I would try and get it fixed until it looks how I want it to look. But it's not even like I'm getting implants, so I probably just want like a fat transfer.
Where they gonna put a fat from?
I gotta get a little fat.
You gotta get
my mom actually told me I could have her fat. I wish that was a real thing. My mom told me to take her fat.
I mean, even my own mom. My mom is pro. Like, my mom also shared the same birthday with Kim Kardashian. So I think I'm like into science and like birthdays.
So that's why.
No, but she is pro like image. Like, she's pro like, I would get it done, you know what I'm saying? Or she's pro like, Ansley, why you look like that today? So that's just who she is. And that's, so I think even with age difference, it's just like a thing now. I think because it used to be like only celebrities or like people in high places would get it, but now it's so attainable and so reachable and tangible.
And it's so expensive.
Is it? It's this thing called care credit, everyone. If you don't have the money, you can get it on credit.
Is it surgery on layaway?
Yeah, real life. It's called care credit. I'm being dead ass serious. Wow. I looked into it.
Shout out to Care Credit. Sponsored by. I think Alex, I have one more question.
You being an advocate for plastic surgery or plastic surgery illness, what message or whatever last words do you want to share with the audience?
Audience as in women that are thinking about getting this?
Or just guys who, everybody.
Women? Okay.
Yeah.
My biggest thought on that would be not to conform to what society thinks is beautiful, Alex. Not to conform to that, because that's not what makes you beautiful or sexy. It's your talents, the gifts you were born with, your confidence. All that stuff makes you that makes you sexy and attractive. Not implants.
And it changes every 10 years.
Yes, and then you have to keep
I'm wondering, if when I turn 20 something, is it gonna snap and am I gonna change my mind? But I don't know.
I would say if you're going to get it, just wait until you hit your 30s. Don't make decisions in your 20s. I made this mistake for you. Don't do it in your 20s. Wait until you're 30, and your mind might change. Maybe when you hit 30, you might want to be a mom.
I'm just tired of looking like a kid.
You don't look like a kid. You don't look like a kid.
You're just being nice.
No, I think you look
She does get that all the time.
All the time! People, literally, I'm on the plane. Someone's like, are you at least 16? Bitch, I'm 25! That shit's annoying.
You'll appreciate that when you're 35.
I understand that, but I'm not there yet. Right now, I'm like, no, I'm a grown-ass bad bitch. I want to look like that. So that's my frustration. and constantly seeing her on Instagram like Alexa Sky. She's like younger than me, and she's like whoosh whoosh whoosh. Like what?
I'll give a perfect example of what I'm trying to say here. What's Wiz Khalifa's girlfriend's name?
Willow.
Winnie.
Yeah.
Winnie.
She is the best example of exactly what I'm saying because she's got that. Is it a disease?
But she has an exotic look. Everyone's not blessed with that.
But she's also a beast on the runway, and she's so fierce that we don't even pay attention to that. She's just so confident and beautiful. We don't even pay attention to that. I don't know, guys. Do you guys think she looks 16?
In a hush below with a crowd.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, as much as I constantly like, oh, this body's bad, in reality, just being super, super, super real, I don't think I'm going to get plastic surgery. Number one, because I'm afraid of it. Like, I watch so many videos. Like, they are in there like, oh, like, they be in there. And just imagining that, and then I've helped take care of people that have plastic surgery, so I've seen, like, the process, seen how bloody it is. Like, I've watched all the stories, so I'm a little nervous. I just want to be snatched all day, every day.
I agree with that. And I agree with you wanting plastic surgery, but I think all routes should be tried before going under the knife.
So guys,
go to the
gym. Next episode is Ann and Alex takes the gym.
Go to the gym first, just one time, 3 to 6 months, and just see. That's my only argument.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm so glad you got to share this moment with us.
I'm happy to
as
be
we
here
duke
with
it
you
out
guys.
as friends and also explore the negatives and the positives and just the neutral reactions to plastic surgery.
And I hope that you think twice about all this work you want to get done because you don't need it. I don't think you need it.
Well, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I don't think you need it.
Oh.
Well, guys, it's been another episode of Rassy. Of course, we've had so much fun with Siri.
Isn't she the cutest? I love her already.
We're so glad she got to stop by and share her intimate moments with us, and we can't wait to explore the possibilities of self-growth as women and just watch you take on the world as a bikini competitor. Round. Watch us next time. It's Ann.
And Alex.
And it's Rassy.